So in the middle of the construction grind that I've been doing, I have been working on completing my Hypnowand. Anybody who's done that process knows that it's kind of a pain in the butt. You have to essentially have four different locations where you collect the separate pieces. And those are four pieces. One area is doing big game hunter. I've done over 1,000 big game hunter, so that was perfectly fine and easy. But another part is you have to do the agility course, which is boring, and you just have to watch yourself run around in circles. I was fortunate enough to get that pretty early. Um, Not exactly sure how the drop rate of it actually works, but I've got two out of the four pieces, and well, technically two out of the two sets of one out of the four. So I completed the agility portion. I completed the big aim hunter portion. And then the next part is I'm working on killing these luminous snagglers. There's two different monsters that you can kill for the best drop rate, which is right around 1.2K or 1.4K, something like that. And I've decided these are actually a lot easier than the other high level. The drop rate's right around 1.2, 1.3K, something along that lines. And uh, I was fortunate while also at the same time being very unfortunate in collecting a dupe from these guys, and that dupe, and I just died. Well, fortunately, it's pretty easy to get back. Um, you can do the high level version, which is never fun. You can't kind of multi-kill those. These guys you can actually multi-kill if you sit in a specific spot. You can do one after the other, and then just collect all the resources off the ground and never move. But anyways, getting back to it, I actually received a duplicate piece. Now, for those of you who don't know, each piece of the wand essentially has like a 1 in 1,000, 1 in 2,000, 3,000 drop chance on each item outside of the Croceus boss. And not the Croceus boss, but the Osiris boss, the bone dinosaur thing. Um, and with that all being said, each one of them has a higher drop rate if you do one specific task. So if you do the agility task, you'll get the one piece at a at a better chance rather than the other pieces of that equipment. So, obviously it benefits you not just sitting at one thing because you'll just collect the same piece over and over before you even collect four. Now, I was unfortunate enough to get a second duplicate piece for the Hypno Wand at a drop chance of 1 in 14,000. Where would I like that luck to be is when I'm doing clue scrolls. Where I'd like that luck to also occur is when I'm doing big aim hunter and I'm still looking for my second piece of the that mall. But uh, but either way, in between construction, I've just been doing this and collecting resources. This is pretty AFK as long as you don't just remember to pot up every once in a while and uh, you know run your run your souls. If you look at their weakness, it is fire spells. Don't ever do magic for whatever reason. As everybody knows, just do necro everything unless it really is beneficial to do to kill something with a specific style or range or whatever. But for whatever reason, necro kind of has a tendency to overmatch everything, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I'm sure I'm probably closing into about halfway to the actual drop rate of the normal thing, and hopefully I get that soon. And then I have to kill the boss. But I found a pretty easy method, another one of Protox's guides, where he just kind of goes over it, and it's relatively AFK. You can just keep killing it over and over again. Maybe a little bit of eating, but yeah. And as it relates to construction, I'm actually close to another level, about 450K left till 107. I think I have enough materials to make it to 110 with the stuff that I have right now. If I have to do a little bit extra training, that's not a problem. Uh, I've begun including, just as described in the last video or a video before that. There's a lot of things that I used to do the throne and miscellany, charge it, make sure that the respect was 100%, and I stopped for a really long time because I actually didn't need it because most of my goals were set. As soon as they brought the 110 fletching up, I started it back up, and then I stopped afterwards because there are methods to get 110 uh, fletching and fire making, matter of fact, that are way better than just cutting logs and doing that type of stuff or burning the logs you have. So, but with it all coming back and my goals to expand to 200 mil, I put money in the coffers, so those coffers should be full now. One of the other items to note is that those thrown in miscellany, you do get the new seed, the star bloom flower seed, uh, pretty frequently with the throne. So actually utilizing the throne and having and collecting the once in a while collecting those the resources does benefit you, and especially because most likely the throne is now the best, not the throne, but the star bloom flowers are now probably the best way to get, for at least an Ironman, if you don't already have the material to start collecting material, but to actually go for those things, or the way that I did it was just thieve gnome women inside the tree gnome village. And that was the fastest way. But I think, going forward, the easiest and fastest way to do fletching is probably not, you know, mining diamonds and rubies and all that stuff, but actually just doing a little bit of thieving, little side stuff. Get the better experience from mining by mining all the high tier level ores, and then for thieving, just you can AFK thieving at the Tree Gnome Village, and you're right next to a bank, so it constantly heals you. Now, the only reason I'm actually going to try to get the Hypnowand is because I actually do really enjoy Big Game Hunter. It's one of those skills that Jagex put in to kind of take away from the monotonous nature of some skilling grinds. I mean, you get pretty good Slayer experience, you get pretty good Hunter experience, and then more importantly for me, just because I'm an Ironman, I just kind of want to complete sets. I just want to get everything so I don't feel like I'm being left out. Um, I just want to finish that mall that has the added effect of affecting. I believe it was just hitting things that are range based. So I really just want it. Now I have one piece, and if I check Big Game Hunter, I'm at 1,146. So I think the drop rate's right around 1,000 for all the pieces. So I've stopped collecting one of the three major Big Game Hunter creatures and just focus on the other two, obviously, just to keep my luck onto the place that it's supposed to be. But I found that uh, I found that any type of method or additional focus that I can to make it easier, and that Hypno Wand does give benefits to standard hunter traps, but more importantly, it provides I believe 20% reduced time to set traps. So any amount of time just to make the kills faster, and you also get an increased chance of multiple dinosaurs. So it's one of those things where you just got to keep, because you have that added benefit, you might as well just go for it. And a little bit of time, probably spend about 20, 30 hours on this, small grind, probably even longer than that. Will save, countless hundreds of hours in the back. So. So since I have a little bit of time, I'm just going to spend the last 30 minutes trying to kill these guys, see if I can benefit ever so slightly from like the 10% drop chance increase. I don't see that I'm going to get it today, but little by little, I kill a couple hundred every single time, and I should be able to complete the Hypno Wand, and then I can't wait till I fight the Osiris, so I can get maybe like jail keys and maybe unlock the pets and probably get the other benefits like the bonuses for the ring, or that's what I'm waiting for, and I just want to complete that Hypno Wand just to collect it and keep it in the bank, and then probably just drop trade the extra piece that I have onto my main account, unless there's some sort of benefit to keeping that single piece. And that's all I want to say about this video. I mean, it's just going to be me for at least today, just killing these creatures and then hopefully getting back to construction. And hopefully I'm fortunate enough to actually just get the drop, and maybe if I get the drop and I can actually record it. But thank you for watching my video. Appreciate your time.